So, okay, here's a question for both of you guys, being law enforcement. Speaking of the Constitution, obviously here is very open with, like Second Amendment stuff. What do you think about, having to get a permit to carry in any state in America?
CCW, carry concealed weapon permit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the fence.
Do you think it's unconstitutional?
People have no clue regarding the law.
Yeah.
I know my rights. I know the law. No, you don't. And I spent, so many years in Los Angeles hearing people say that.
Sure.
No, you don't know the law. All you know is what you see on TV.
Right.
First of all, it's just a show. Secondly, it may be a show like Law and Order that's New York law.
Right.
Not out here. And so you don't know. And I think people should understand the laws of self-defense.
Sure.
And to take an 8-hour class, not a big deal. I think the classes should be 8 hours because it takes me 4 hours to unteach what they think they know.
Okay, interesting.
And then drive it home. And I tell them what the law is, then I give them an example, and half the people just shoot the guy illegally.
Right.
All right, let's go back and rebuild in the rubble here.
Right.
Remember I said blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, that's right. But they get caught up in the excitement of the story.
Sure.
And, oh, my God, let me
Right,
get
they want to
that
be
done.
a tough guy.
That kind of thing. There's that macho thing.
You need to know the law, and then you need to know gun safety. And you need to know how to use a gun.
Right.
So you don't shoot yourself or your kids, or your kids shoot themselves. You know how to lock it up.
Sure.
So there's a lot of things to having a firearm. To law enforcement, we all get there after the fact.
Okay.
That's the problem. You call the police, we get there after the fact.
Sure.
So I think more places that people carry guns, the safer people are, because it keeps everybody honest. I think you should be able to buy a firearm without getting a permit.
Okay.
As long as you're not a felon.
Obviously, everybody is very comfortable with firearms in Tombstone. Something, would be uncommon. Like, even down in Tucson, this would be fairly uncommon just to see every store we walked into, people are carrying. Obviously, you guys are. I'm not uncomfortable with it. I don't think anyone here is, for the most part. A different crowd, right? Coming down to Tombstone versus what people's maybe preconceptions are in like a major city.
Oh, I've had some people ask me, is that a real gun on your side?
Really?
And I tell them, yeah.
You want a photo?
And they want to know if I'm a sheriff, and I tell them, oh, this is Arizona.
We always
Right, so they don't know that. Fully automatic weapons, legal or no? Or should they be?
If you're not a felon, it doesn't bother me.
How about Ken? What do you think? Fully automatic weapons, legal? Should they be legal or no?
The crooks are always going to have what they want, whether it's heroin or automatic weapons or guns. The bad guys aren't going to obey the law. And people think if you pass a law, if we just passed a law against bank robbery, then we wouldn't have. We do have that law, and we still have bank robberies.
Okay, fair enough.
L.A. is the bank robbery capital of the world.
Is it really?
But the ivory tower liberals, excuse the expression, hi Smokey, think, well, if we just pass a law, then people won't do this.
Sure.
And it might make sense on paper.
Sure.
Communism looks good on paper.
Right.
Hey, everybody works and everybody, shares and shares alike and like that. But it doesn't work that way in real life.
Sure.
And in real life, we know the more guns, the less crime.
Sure.
The crooks are always going to have it. Australia, did away with guns and the crime rate skyrockets.
I think every British crown country has pretty much had a buyback, relatively speaking.
You take a look at Japan and England, 2 island nations, no contiguous borders, and yet the bad guys still have guns. Mm-hmm. And the civilian population has been disarmed.
Sure.
They can't protect themselves.
Well, so actually, this is ironic. We're having this conversation because my buddy in Canada, he now lives in the U.S. We were talking yesterday. He's telling me, basically, like in Canada, you have to, literally call the police, like if you own a firearm, literally tell them the route you're taking just to go to the gun range.
They have such ridiculous draconian laws that they enforce. There was an instance where some people broke into a house with guns.
Sure.
And they were overpowered. And so one of the victims recovered the gun, gave it to his buddy, and said, "Hold them at gunpoint while I get the police." Well, he was arrested for possession of a gun and illegally transferring a gun.
Wow.
And so,
Where was this at?
Canada.
In Canada?
Yeah. And
okay.
so they hate guns. They think that's the problem.
Sure.
And it's like, how do we solve this crime problem?
Yeah.
You know, what causes crime? Which is absolutely ridiculous.
What do you think causes crime?
Criminals. Criminals cause crime. That's the answer. Now, it seems too simplistic, but it isn't. If you've ever arrested somebody who had a 40-page rap sheet, you would say, what in the world is this guy doing on the street?
Sure.
Now, if you look at an old 1930s prison movie, they'll go, oh, see Rocco over there? 3-time loser.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Everybody knew what it meant at the time. He was a lifer.
Okay.
You commit 3 felonies.
And that's it?
You're convicted.
Was it really like that? Wow.
Yes, you are a habitual criminal. It was called the Habitual Criminal Act.
Wow.
Now, committing a felony is nothing. You get parole, you get probation.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Look at all that.
Well, howdy.
Are these all real, sir?
Yes, they are.
All right. What are they, if you don't mind me asking?
That's a bunt line. See, and those are the flat nose bullets, so they do a little more damage.
Look at that, yeah. No hollow points.
No, they make a nice hole going in, and they're a big hole coming out.
Wow, so definitely a big gun culture in Tombstone.
Yes.
I don't see anyone carrying a Glock, though. What do you think about Glocks?
I
like
don't know.
them?
We've probably got some store owners and people that have it concealed.
Okay.
Well, the special service people, when they came out with the 9s and all of that, they all went to them.
Sure.
And
The
after-
9mm you're talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because they were fast and they carried, a lot of ammunition.
Not as heavy.
But then they found out that it took 2 and 3 to knock somebody down, and where are you going to get your ammunition when you're behind the lines or over in somebody else's town?
Okay.
And the 45, the old 45 ACP, the Marines went right back to it, and then the Navy SEALs went back to it. The other people started going back to it because one round and they're down.
Are you law enforcement in Tombstone?
Yeah, we both are.
Well, I know he's actually former.
Everybody is law enforcement in one
That's
way
right.
or another.
Okay.
Don't mess with our
Oh,
town.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Yeah, that's okay. So it is very much a collect. So here, there's going to be low crime. is what
Well, are you familiar with Sir Robert Peel?
I don't know if I am.
Okay. The English bobbies were named after Sir Robert or Bobby Peel.
Okay.
They were also called peelers. And he established in 1835 the London Metropolitan Police Department. And he said that the police are the citizens and the citizens are the police. For what are the police except those citizens who are paid full-time to enforce the law? Everybody should be involved in it as a good witness, reporting a crime, etc., etc.
So now, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense because I feel like, even now, like example, someone gets in a car accident, right? People saw the car accident, but they're not going to stick around anymore to help the person out that needs the witness, of like a hit and run or
quite
anything.
Quite often because of the lawyer culture that, yeah, you may have to go to court 20 times.
Yeah.
And it may take 2 or 3 years to adjudicate this thing.
Okay.
Instead of get people together, get in there and get it done.
So if there's a witness, it would be, you think, done in like pretty much immediately.
The average person arrested by LAPD has been arrested by them 7 times before.
Wow.
The average person who is arrested and goes to court to get adjudicated has to be arrested 3 more times on a
Wow.
warrant just to get him into court. And now with this new system of no bail release, where people are being released, it's ridiculous.
But that's not happening here, though. Here, everybody's is the law.
Well, we hope.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you enjoy my content. It is very much appreciated. And if you are feeling generous, I have some links in the description below on how you can help support me further as I'm trying to take this nationwide. and do interviews around the country. It's going to be pretty awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot. I wish you guys a great rest of your day.